is he a Supermax guy? The answer is yes.
I don't know, not this year. I have a question for you, Chris.
Yeah.
I had a Wizards fan message me the other day on Instagram, and they're like, I love Brad Beal, but is he really a $50 million player?
Oh, God. Out on Beal, huh?
Yeah, he's out on Beal. And like I know other Wizards fans that feel that way. I've not talked with Joe House about it yet, our friend. But I want to ask Joe House that same question because
yes.
Beal, is he? Yes? You think yes? The guy we've seen this year, 23 points per game, 28% from three.
This version of Brad Beal has not been very good. But, I mean, look.
Can he get back to Brad Beal pre-rule change, Chris?
I can't let you do this because anytime it's something that you like, then you say, very small sample size so far. And anytime that it's going to support, that a guy might be a bum or something, then it's like, hey, look at what his numbers are right now.
I love Bradley Beal. I've written features about Bradley Beal. I love Beal's game. But like I mean, the Beal we've seen in 27 games, you yourself said earlier, we're a third through the season. I mean, like it is a small sample, but it is a third through the season.
It took until the last 2 weeks of the season for Steph Curry to jump him in for the scoring title in the NBA. In the end, basketball is about putting the ball in the basket. And he did it better than every other player in the NBA not named Steph Curry. Is he?
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying, Chris, is the playing field has changed. Like the rules have changed. The way fouls are, like his free throws are down from 8 the last 2 years to 4.4 per game. He's almost halved the amount of times that he's getting to the free throw line per game. He doesn't look, watching Beal, he doesn't look as explosive. He doesn't look like he has as much burst. I don't know if there's something physically wrong. As far as I know, nothing's been reported about him, but just watching Beal, like side by side, put on 2021 Beal versus 21-22 Beal, he doesn't look like the same level guy that I saw the last 2-3 years. So, I mean, is there something wrong there? And that's why with Washington, 10-3 start, and then they suck since then. If Beal turns back into 30-point per game Bradley Beal, then we're having a totally different conversation, and the Wizards are probably winning a lot more basketball games. And to your point, Chris, the answer is undoubtedly yes, that he's worth the Supermax contract that he's going to ask for this coming offseason when he can become a free agent. But if you're the Washington Wizards, and you're seeing the way the team looks right now, you're seeing the way Beal looks right now, you know everything. The Wizards have all the information that we don't. I think that's why Wizards fans who are watching all of these games and seeing every possession that Beal plays are like, I don't know. Are we in a situation here where like it's Kemba Walker with Charlotte where he wants the Supermax? And you're like, no, we don't want to give you the Supermax. And that turns out to be the right decision on Charlotte to do that. Like, I mean, this isn't as clear as day as like all NBA player Bradley Beal. It's former all NBA player Bradley Beal who is not performing at the same level right now, who is in a situation where he can become a free agent in a couple of months on a team that needs a lot of changes around him in order to accomplish anything. Like it's a little bit scary for Wizards fans here right now.
Okay, let me just say this. I do think it is two different discussions. Is Brad Beal worth that money, worth giving that contract? That is one discussion, right? That's what I was answering. The second part is a more interesting one that, is certainly worthy of debate, which is that the best mode of operation for the Wizards? Yeah, right. There is are you worth this? Should you get paid
I mean that from a Wizards perspective, really, that first question. But yeah. For the Wizards, how should they be operating here, Chris?
Well, like because to me that's separate, right? Is he a Supermax guy? The answer is yes.
I don't know, not this year.
Well,
and I think you would also have like some Wizards fans who are anti-Beal. They'd say he didn't play a lick of defense the past 2 years. We're giving that guy $50 million. I don't feel that way. The Beal we saw the last 2 seasons, he was one of the best players in the game. But you would have some Wizards fans who feel that way. Like, he didn't play defense and he's getting a Supermax.
Okay, that's fine. But and we can do the Kemba revisionist history. Nobody said that Celtics shouldn't have given him that deal. No
yeah,
money.
but it was less money than what Charlotte could have given him.
I understand,
like
but-
Charlotte, he wanted the Supermax,
Right.
or a little bit less than that.
Well, he had made
Boston didn't give
All-NBA.
anywhere near as much. Yeah.
He had made All-NBA, and so he was able to get more. But the Kemba thing was not like criticized. People didn't think that was crazy. That was a coup for Danny Ainge to be able to get Kemba Walker. It is only in retrospect that we were able to look back and say, his best days were Charlotte, and maybe that wasn't the best.
How about a Simmons Beal trade?
I would love it for Philadelphia. I don't think you can get Bradley Beal for Ben Simmons.
I think you could. With more?
No way.
With more? More on
More.
top of that? I'm talking picks. Like I'm not saying just Simmons straight up. I mean, it might be straight up, but that's a different discussion.
I think if you're moving Brad Beal, you could get a lot more than a Ben Simmons deal.
Well, I mean, that's why I think Philly would probably have to add picks into that, but
yeah, but they're going to be good. Those picks aren't going to be any good.
maybe add a young player in there. I mean, Ben Simmons is young. He's 25 years old. He's signed long term. You kind of just spin it forward. Instead of having Beal potentially walk for nothing in a couple of months, you have Simmons who has this first year of his contract plus 3 more.
Yeah.
And
I just think you could do better.
Build a little younger.
I think you could do better. I think you could get a better situation. I mean, I just think if I'm a GM, I would not trade for Ben Simmons. I wouldn't. Unless I was, like, in some kind of massively desperate situation.
You know what I'd be worried about if I were a GM trading for Ben Simmons? Is he going to defend the same way that he has in Philadelphia? All NBA caliber defense from Ben Simmons. Are we going to get that from him night in, night out? I'd be asking myself that question, and I'd be very afraid because I also remember the Ben Simmons at LSU who didn't put in any effort. I remember the Ben Simmons who Sixers fans have seen over the years go through stretches where he's hustling and going crazy on the court, trying hard, and then stretches where he's just kind of floating. And the effort and the energy and the intensity's not there quite as often. I'd be worried about getting that version of Simmons the majority of the time. So if you're Washington and you're not in a winning situation, if you trade Beal for him, you're still 500 middling or below 500. I'd be nervous about that. I would be, Chris. To your point about not wanting to trade for him if you were a GM, I'd have real concerns there.